All right, everybody. Good late afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys enjoyed the show with Brandon that wrapped up a little bit ago. We went over 2.5 hours talking about the Niners, talking about the Rams, talking about all kinds of other stuff as well. If you did not catch it live, definitely check the VOD. Should be up on both of our channels. If not already, then very soon. All right. So we've got a second injury report of the week here, courtesy of Nemhauser, Hawk Blogger. And I'll tell you, it is mostly characterized as the same old. I'll be perfectly honest right now. Not a lot changed, although a few things did. And while I feel like we're getting a pretty decent idea of what this weekend is going to be like, there is still some mystery here. So let's take a look at the injury report, starting with the Seahawks side of things, obviously mostly focusing on things that have changed since yesterday. All right, guys, before we go any further into this video, let's take a minute so I can tell you about my friends over at Sleeper. If you're not using Sleeper this year for daily fantasy, then you are missing out. Download the app and get ready to have more fun with sports this year. Make all kinds of picks on over-unders. Get on over there. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever your sports fancy is. I've got some picks going for this week, the conference championship games. I got the over on Cooper Kupp, 30.5 receiving yards. I got Ken Walker scoring an anytime touchdown. I got Mevis over on the Rams kicking at least 2 field goals. And I got Drake May with the under on 227 passing yards. So get on over to Sleeper. Use promo code SBN, that is SBN, to get a 100% match on your first deposit up to $100 and go have more fun with sports this year. All right, so taking a look at this report, let's start with some of the easy stuff. We had a couple of players get limited practice on Wednesday because of rest, like DeMarcus Lawrence, like JSN, and like Big Cat. All three of those guys were full participants today. There was never really any concern there, but they are all ready to go on Sunday. Full participants today, no issue. Also full participation today was Elijah Arroyo and Chaz Surratt. Now, neither guy has been activated yet, as in it's been confirmed that they're going to play, but as has been established, I think it's safe to say that they're healthy. And the main question is, do we have room for them on the roster? So we'll see what happens this weekend, but it's pretty clear both guys are available. Obviously, I think Surratt probably doesn't get activated. Arroyo might. Arroyo's an interesting one. He does offer some stuff as a pass-catching, playmaking, athletic tight end, but we may not see that as being part of this game plan. Other full participants, George Halani, which is a great one. That's a really, really cool one to cash in here. Looks like he's going to be able to play this weekend, and I think we're going to need him. He's going to need to play some. We're going to see him get the ball maybe 6 to 8 times offensively, and his ability to be at least somewhat productive on those 6 to 8 carries could swing this game potentially. So that is great news here. Tyrese Knight, also a full participant after being full yesterday, so no issues here. And the exciting one here, the really impactful one, although this is definitely a player that has not been overly impactful lately, is Uchenna Nwosu. Limited yesterday, but a full participant today. So great news. Awesome stuff with Nwosu. And I mean, look, I don't know how much longer he's going to be here. This Sunday could be the last game he plays as a Seahawk. The Super Bowl could be the last game he plays as a Seahawk. I don't know anymore. So his ability to make some kind of impact over the next game or two is really, really key because it feels like he hasn't made a big impact in a little while now. So Nwosu, full participant, good to see. Limited participation, we've got Bryce Cabledew. Again, doesn't really play, so not really too concerned about that. Darnold remains limited, although he did do some throwing today. He's fine. Not worried about anything here. They're playing it easy with him. So Sam Darnold, good to go, but technically listed as limited. You've got Robbie Oots still limited with the neck injury, so that's one to kind of watch here. He did miss some of the Niners game because of the injury. So not really sure what to expect there at this point. I think that Oots is a pretty notable part of this offense with his ability to run block. Normally, I would say he's limited, so that means he's fine, but it is a neck injury. Those can be a little bit tricky. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. And that is it for the limited. So now we just have the bad news. And unfortunately, the bad news is the same as it was yesterday. All three left tackles are still not practicing. Charles Cross with the foot, Josh Jones with the knee and the ankle, Amari Kite with the knee, all three DNP. Now, let me try to help you feel a little bit better about this one. Mike McDonald said earlier today in his press conference they were confident that Cross would play. So him missing practice seems to be more out of caution and not wanting him to get hurt in practice rather than the fact that he's too injured to play right now. So at the very least, it looks like we're going to have Cross. Now, I would have felt a lot better if he was limited today. If he was limited today, I wouldn't be thinking about this at all, really. But DNP, like that does make you wonder because McDonald said they were optimistic. Optimistic doesn't always mean it works out in the end, right? So we're going to have to wait and see. I'm pretty confident that Cross will be ready to go for game day, but I mean, hey, 2 missed practices in a row. It's noteworthy. Josh Jones, also a DNP. Now, we're not hearing as much about him, but I am definitely less optimistic there. Seems to me that his body's breaking down. It is what it is, but it's a bad time for it because I think we could win this game. I think we would be fine in this game with Josh Jones at left tackle, but you're down Cross and Jones hypothetically. That's really not good. And Amari Kite, I don't even know what happened here, but he's beat up too. Okay, so that's it for the Seahawks side of things. Not a lot of change. The only significant change from yesterday is Nwosu, and that was good. That's cool, but I'd like to see something from one of these left tackles. Okay, the Rams. Let's talk about the Rams a little bit. As you can see, their situation is pretty straightforward here. You've got, let's see here, Quentin Lake, who was sick. He's back. He was a full participant today, so everything's fine there. Quentin Lake, never really was any doubt he was going to play in this game, but if there was any, there isn't now. He was sick. Now he's not. Full participation on Thursday. Good to go. Josiah Stewart with a knee injury, full participant again, should be available this weekend, so nothing to say there. And then you've got 2 guys who are limited. One is Emmanuel Forbes, who I imagine he's going to play, but he seems pretty beat up right now. And it seems like that's something to keep track of as we go through this week and through this game. He took a pretty bad one against against the Bears, so worth noting. And Rob Havenstein is a new addition to this injury report, limited participation today with an ankle injury. So therefore, that normally would be of note, but the thing is Havenstein hasn't played in a while. He was activated off IR today, I think. And Warren McClendon has been playing right tackle for a little while now, and he's played pretty well. So I don't think Havenstein would be playing even if he was healthy. As it stands, I imagine that he will not be healthy, and they're just trying to warm him up a little bit. But it is worth noting that he is limited. And then you've got Byron Young, and this is the big one. This is the big one for the Rams. Just like our big one is Charles Cross, their big one is Byron Young. DNP again today. Now, the Rams have said they expect him to play. Sean McVay already came out and talked about this. But clearly something's not totally right here. 2 DNPs in a row. So worth monitoring Byron Young's situation as we go through the last practice tomorrow. All right, so that's it for the injury reports. Let me know what you guys think down below. Wish I had better news, but not a lot of movement. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks.